Hey YouTube, it's been a long time since I made a video about my truck. I know some people have seen my video uh, about kind of working on this truck. I just haven't, I guess, made time to work on it like I should. But yeah, this is my '59 Chevy pickup, and I'm finally just trying to make some time. It's about time, I guess. I have spent a little bit of time. I don't know. I can't remember what I got on video from before, but I took the intake out, figuring there was probably some junk down in the intake and everything, and didn't want to have any problems with that. So I took the intake off. I got a goofy tripod, so anyway, I got the intake off. Cleaned it up as best I could. It's just a stock intake. I'm gonna wipe it all off here. It's been sitting in the dust for a little bit, but I got shined it up and everything. So one thing I was kind of concerned about was oh, they got like I guess they call it like a splash shield that sits on the bottom of there. It had like some rivets that held it on from the factory, and I was concerned about what I was gonna do with that. But I talked to an engine shop, and they said just go ahead and put it in without. That's what most people do, I guess. I was kind of trying to figure out where I was even going to get that kind of thing. But I guess if that's what they do, I guess that's what I'm going to do, I guess. But I spent quite a bit of time trying to clean this intake up. Had quite a bit of old paint and stuff on it. I thought maybe I'd try to clean it up, paint it, so it looks halfway decent. This is kind of my initial build, just to get the motor running, just to even see if it's going to run at all very good. If the motor runs to start with, I might just, get everything else kind of fixed up, just to be able to, I don't know, drive around just a smidge, a little bit, and then if I think the motor's worth anything, I might tear it out and maybe build up that motor, or find, a good motor for a project for it. I'd like this to get this motor running enough that I can kind of get the rest of the truck kind of pieced together, and I don't know how much body work I'm going to work on, but probably at least get it scuffed down to see what I got under the paint. I know I got some rust working on underneath paint, but see what I got there, I guess. And nice to get the electrical kind of figured out, and get my brakes and some of that stuff figured out to where I can just drive it, At least get it running enough I can drive it, and then work on it progressively from that point. I don't know if I'm going to make this a really nice fancy truck, or I just want to fix it good enough where it's a good driver. I guess we'll see with time. Obviously I haven't spent much time on it so far, so that's kind of what the biggest thing is see how much time I got. Sure, this is really boring. We gotta still have this tape on here. But yeah, once I get this intake stuck in, I gotta get my distributor jab back in. I left my motor at top dead center, so it should go in pretty easy. And then as far as that goes, I need to buy new plugs and a new set of plug wires, because what I had on it was pretty much old crap. And then I was just messing around with the radiator. It's the old stock radiator, and of course I didn't plug it on top or bottom, so there's a big mouse nest in it. So I know that probably wasn't going to be a good enough radiator for this truck anyway. So that'll probably be on my list of things to get. I'd buy a new radiator. If I got the money, it'd be nice to have an aluminum radiator. So if I got that, I probably wouldn't have to mess with that ever again. But I don't know. I keep messing around with ideas of I got the stock Quadrajet carburetor. And then I'll probably slap that on just to try to get it running. I'm probably going to have to rebuild that. I might just rebuild that before I even slap it on top. Just for the fact that if everything's alright with it, as far as there's no slop in it, and if it's in good enough shape to start with, rebuilding it's not that big a deal. It don't cost that much. At least you'd have that much figured out. And I also watched a video on how to rebuild your HEI for the distributor. That doesn't look like it's too bad a job either. I might just do that too. But I was just sort of watching a video. Holly's got like a throttle body injection system that looks kind of cool. But that's probably a future project. But like I said, I'd like to get it just running, get a seat in it, stuff in it, get some gauges in it, just so I can drive it to start with. But it's got a 700R4 transmission right now. I'd really like to have either a 5-speed or a 6-speed manual in it. It'd be a lot more fun to drive. And that's more what I'm thinking about, is just the components making it fun to drive. I mean, I used to have a pickup I drove with a 3 on a tree. It was just fun to drive. And I said, but I don't have anything with a manual transmission right now. Oh, I shouldn't say that. I drive semi, I guess. That's not really fun beating around with. Something kind of a cool, depending if I want to spend money on a new transmission or if I want to find a source a 5-speed out of like a Chevy pickup or a Camaro, or then you got to figure that all out. I know these Tremex, these brand new ones, they got all kinds of positions you can set the shifter at, and that'd be kind of nice. But if you're talking some money, I think they're like maybe $3 grand. I don't remember what. And I don't know much about messing with these with the EGR stuff on it. I was thinking you can just put a plate over these. I could probably make some if that's all you gotta do. That would be kind of cool. Well, I think I got all the tape off. So anyway, that's that part of it. I think I got cleaned up pretty good. Enough for what this is anyway. Sorry, it's kind of weird. I really need to get this shop cleaned up more. I got this pretty nice shop, really, if I can get it cleaned out. Of course, I don't know how kosher I was with cleaning all the junk out of all that gasket material and stuff out, but I got a pretty good shop back. I had all of it covered up, the valleys and stuff. I took the valve covers off just because it was easier to get in there with stuff. But like I said, the oil that's in it's 10-year-old oil, so I'll probably need to drop the oil out, maybe drop the oil pan, see what that looks like. It's probably a bunch of sludge. Get the oil pan all cleaned out the bottom, run some fresh oil in it, and if I can get it to fire over, I'll probably want to get that oil out of there pretty quick. Just for the fact that there's probably gunk. I don't know what's all in. I don't know too much about getting these old engines fired up. I want to be kind of on the cautious side if it is a decent motor. I thought the guy that I bought from had maybe put a cam or something in it before he stuck it in here. I just know it was kind of, he was just getting rolling on this project as far as putting the Camaro clip in it and getting it welded in and everything. And I know he had a 35 Ford pickup he was working on that was just monkeying around getting it the way he wanted it, but it was a pretty nice truck. Anyway, I've been messing around. I got the gasket maker and I got the gaskets for it, and I've been watching a few videos on how guys usually do that. Sounds like I got Felpro gaskets for it. And they say about the first thing you should do is take them rubber deals you're supposed to put in the ends. You're supposed to just chuck them babies. It sounds like that's kind of a big oil leak problem right off the bat. Yeah, anyways, I guess I could start. And let's see. I had my knife. But as far as the videos go, I know I'm not real good with the YouTube stuff and spending time trying to make any kind of videos. I think I actually got a video or two on that car, that Buick. I had a Buick, 81 Buick that I did as a project, kind of just to fix up a little bit and try to give it to somebody or whatever. I don't even know if I put that up on YouTube or not. I can't remember. Yeah, they pretty much want you to put. Let's see. I should probably wipe that off. I got some. I'm sure this is a really interesting video so far. Let's take a look at the intake. Let's see. Got some grease everywhere. I think that would help clean that surface off. And just want to make sure you got a clean surface and cruddy stuff. That's gonna cause you trouble with your. Oh, that's great. Fully stuff. That's the only thing I don't like about this. You open up the top of the motor, and what the hell if anything falls into it? It's right where you don't want it to go. Pretty sure that's for we got a mechanical oil gauge. I think that's what that was in the back. That's what that's for. An actual plastic line that runs through that's the other project I got. I got the stock cluster, which looks, I like the style of that, but those gauges are probably not too good. Thinking about getting a plate and cutting it out for standard round gauges, just for now, because I did some checking on how much they want for them aftermarket gauges that look really, really sweet, digital ones, but they're a little pricey, like $800. I said, I'm like, if I had all kinds of money, I could probably go ahead and do that, but I don't really want to stick that much money into this, not at least right now, anyway. Maybe once I get it farther down the line. I'm trying to work on this other project I got too. My uncle wants me to get he's got an S10 pickup. It's in the shop. I got rocker panels put in it, and that's going slow just because I'm not making enough time for it. It's not like it's that hard of a job. It's just at a time. Oh, probably blocking everything up. That should be clean enough. Like I said, I'm like, this might not be the first time I put the gasket on here anyway. So I said if I get it running. Yeah. Oh, I got a shot back here. Suck it up. Just make sure I got everything out of here. Move the shop light out of the way a little bit. And it's sitting right over it. That's better. But from one video I saw. I see about. Yeah, that should work, I guess. So the main thing then what you want to do is go around these water jackets. Alright. That's for you. EGRs, that's right. Yeah, it'll either work or it won't, I guess. I did find a guy in town, I guess he builds motors. I'm like, maybe have somebody do some work for me, because I'm not, it'd be cool to get some understanding and build motors. But that's probably more than I need on them. Let me see if I should put a little here. There. Something like that, I guess. There's the gasket. It's got a number on it. Guess that's the number it's got. It's a motor, I think, came out of a 76 Chevelle, I think he said. Of course, that's been a while ago. I got this truck. Just going by sort of what I remember. Yeah, oh. This does have something for those tabs. That must be for there. Yeah, they said these are rubber deals. They said they're just make one hell of a leak, I guess. I don't know though. There's always you get these holes already in there. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know how that gasket stuff would seal them holes up right across there. I can see where they would see how that would make a big leak though. If these things don't fit in there, right? I don't know. I guess we can try it with them, I don't know. I know how that goes. Yeah. Let's see, I'm trying to see what the difference is between this or that. Oh, this one, I see. Some of these don't have these tabs, like, see, that's like flush. And it's got these tabs that stick down. I would guess maybe it's, I don't know if it's an older style block that would have them without these tabs. So I don't know how you'd have to fill them all in. I don't know how you do that exactly. Little tabs. You would think this would work pretty good. This thing's supposed to tell you how to do it, I guess. But I don't think you're supposed to put anything on them. You're just supposed to put them corners, I think. I don't know. Worst that's gonna happen is gonna leak. I don't know if it's gonna be such a huge deal in this truck. I mean, a little bit here too, I guess. Worst case scenario, I gotta replace it. I'm like, and by the time I get done dinking around, getting everything else maneuvered on this thing, I might be pulling the motor out anyway. It's not like I'm assembling a motor and sticking it in there and figuring it's going to last forever. I mean, not forever, but for an extended period of time. Just want to get it fired up, make sure it's going to run. Let's see, these babies got to go. Suppose I should have test fit these in here before I did any of that, hey? This side up, it says. So this has to go on this side. And this one has to go on that side. It says this side up. It's one way they'll go in. Alright, well, here she goes, I guess. Set these bad boys in there. Make sure I got all my holes lined up. Seem like they sit on there pretty good. It seems like they sit a little high on there, but that's probably about it. Okay. This one says you're not supposed to restrict them things for the EGR, but I think I'm going to end up restricting them anyways. If I end up building it. Plates to completely block them off anyways. I guess that's all you're supposed to do. I've just been itching and itching to try to get something done on this truck. Because I did have this engine running way back in the day when I first got it. Oh, I'm going to have to clean this off quick. Let's see if we can turn you this way. See what I'm doing over here, I guess. Well, hopefully my battery doesn't die here real quick. It's acting like it wants to. Hopefully it stays running for that long. Let's see. Guess the worst. I'm going to set that intake on. I just got to put bolts in. Of course, I'll have to bring you back anyways for Saturday screw beater in because why'd I go that way? That didn't make any sense. Turn all this off. I should just use some shop vac. Tunes cranked, but you know, oh, all that good. I'm gonna get. Oh, I need a shop vac to suck it up. Make sure there's nothing floating around there. It's kind of the big deal. Is once I took that what do they call it? A splash shield off the bottom of there. There's a bunch of junk in there, boy. combination of that, and I'll get the blow gun and blow it up, and then I will slap it in there. There's the blow gun. Ah, found it. Even with this shot being like kind of a metal, I can still find it usually. Well, I don't know how long that. Yeah, that's kind of fun. Once you start breaking that jump loose in that intake, boy. Trying to see it floating around. Pretty sure I got everything out of there. Boy, hopefully that battery holds up. And we're supposed to tab a little bit more on the top side of these, I think. This would be a pretty important spot to seal water jackets. It's kind of a leaking spot for the 3800 V6. You know, water jacket area on the intake gasket. You're supposed to let that set for a smidge, I guess, but. Oh yeah. I know I got video taking this apart, but I'm going to show you what I did to help me out. Of course, I'm going to have to clean this all up before so I'll probably won't put the bolts in tonight, but there's my cardboard. Oh, it even tells me the front. It tells me where all my bolts go. I'll probably run them all through a wire brush. Looking a little cruddy. Been sitting for almost, well, I'll have to go look. It's probably been a year almost since I made a video. You poor guys that found this video the first time, waiting for an update. It's taking forever, huh? Now it's frustrating to me. I'm like, I've been wanting to get this truck going for a long time. But it seems like something is up. Always something, it seems like. Stops me from doing it. Really bad. You feel comfy when you get done doing work stuff and you get in the house, especially in the wintertime, even though I can't complain. And here, I think it's set at 55, and here it's pretty good. Let's see, I think that's all we need. Set her in there. It's got a heavy bugger. That's in, isn't it? Plug this. Phew. I think that's pretty good. Looks like the holes went up. Yeah. What's going on there? That one's lining up. How come that? Those holes don't go into the intake. Okay. Everything else looks like it's lining up. I'm gonna press down on it, or I think that's it. Wow, is that all there is to it? Should have had them bolts all cleaned up for you. See what kind of view you guys are getting. Yeah, that's pretty much a good view. Get this light where I want it. Yeah, that's pretty good. But even the whole other idea also with getting this, just getting it running, I'm like, that's an old factory intake. I mean, even if I end up using this motor, which I don't think there's probably really anything wrong with this motor, so unless the sitting that long did some damage to it. But if I still end up using this motor, I mean, I'll probably want to get an aftermarket intake, and I don't even know. Intakes aren't that bad. I do like, after watching enough videos on the Quadrajet carburetors, I said, that's a whole nother controversy. I think as long as you can make sure you got a good tight one, you know, everything's tight on it. I said, I think they're actually one of the, for economically, I think they're a pretty good carb. And you can tune them right, which I've watched some videos of a guy that does all that. Where did my carburetor go? I had it sitting over here. I had a drag sitting over. What are you doing? That's kind of annoying. But I think the Quadrajets are actually a pretty good carb. I said as long as you get them dialed in like you're supposed to, which I think that's the biggest problem most people complain about. What did I do with that carburetor? I had it sitting over here with a rag over. What am I doing with it? That's really, really annoying. Well, I ain't seeing it right off the top here, but I think before this camera dies, let's see. Listen. Oops, I was doing this right. There we go. Before the camera craps out. I don't know how good this is either. But anyways, I'll try to keep making videos here. I know it's not how it's usually been, but I'll probably get them bolts cleaned up and maybe make a video installing the bolts on her, and I might end up getting a rebuild